You know, David, what I worry about is that, you know, when we look at Donald Trump, and you can be a supporter of him or not, it's the fact that he was elected president of the United States. But there's this process of it's a return of McCarthyism. It's demonizing his incoming administration, the people that voted for him, and then alternative media. And it's just the mainstream liberal media doesn't want to let go because it's very, very powerful. It does influence people, and it doesn't want a debate, and I find that really quite terrifying. And you know, and if we see Facebook and Twitter and Reddit doing stuff that the government wants, then we're going to have not only McCarthyism, but we're going to have a form of censorship, and this is very dangerous.
It's a very new form of McCarthyism in which the liberals are leading the charge and in which they've paired up being anti-racist, anti-sexist, anti-bigot with being pro-hostility with Russia, pro-bombing of Syria. And it's a very strange combination. Just as they've paired up challenging the legitimacy of the election with hating Russia. Whereas Dave Lindorf mentioned there is a good reason, in fact, there are 18 great reasons that the legitimacy of these sorts of elections should be challenged. Here you have the far and away record loser in U.S. presidential elections of the popular vote claiming the presidency. You have an election that's bought and paid for, horrendous media coverage, voter suppression, largely minority voters stripped off the rolls, the machines breaking by the dozens in Detroit, machines that can't be verified, the shift to the right, as usual, after the exit polls, and so forth. I mean, these are elections that ought to be challenged, that meet no international standards, that ought to be completely reformed. And now we can't talk about that. And we can't talk about why we have to resist Trump, because everything's been paired up in this weird mishmash with you know, a new Cold War. I think he will scorn the corporate media, but the corporate media will come crawling to him on its knees and will air the full range of debate, from lock up all, you know, ban all Muslims to ban only certain Muslims and so forth. Whatever he does will be considered one legitimate pole of a debate, and the other end of which will be not that far away. And so you know, the reason why his dismissing of the corporate media is so popular, even though he dismisses it for crazy reasons, is that everybody rightly scorns the corporate media. What we have to do is build up independent media for voices other than the corporate and other than Trump. And that depends on keeping the internet free, it depends on keeping foreign media active, and it depends on keeping independent media respected and energized and funded and not dismissed sans any evidence as, you know, Russian propaganda outlets.